Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to the Imperial Balloons channel, where we strive to make you feel like royalty during all your special occasions. And today I am back with another video. Today I am doing a setup for a girl that turned 15 years old. Her name was Stephanie, and she had this navy silver shimmer type color palette for her party. So first I'm going to start by setting up the shimmer wall. This wasn't a really big one. I would say it was about a meter, 1 meter. I don't know how many feet that is, I'm so sorry. 1 meter by, well, actually not 1 meter, because it's probably like three squares next to each other. Yeah, so that's like probably 90 centimeters, a little bit more than that. And then it was probably about 180 centimeters tall, something like that. You guys need to do the conversions yourself, because I don't know what that is in feet or foot or whatever. You know what I mean. So yeah, first I'm gonna set up that shimmer wall. It was just, like I said, a smaller piece. It wasn't a really big one. And then I'm going to attach the other part on the bottom as well. In this case you couldn't really see it, but I definitely put a black sheet at the back of it, because with these shimmer walls you can usually see through like the little squares, and depending on what color wall you're using and what the background is looking like, you might be able to see through it, but you can't really see it on camera in this case. But I am going to go ahead and put a black cover at the back of it. It's just a simple, I think it's like a photo studio background type thing that I just clip at the back of the shimmer wall to kind of make it look a little bit more like one piece, instead of you being able to see through the little squares. So I'm just setting that up. As you can see here, it's all set up, and then I'm going to start working on the balloons. I worked cluster by cluster, and I added probably a cluster of 8 at the bottom, and then a quad of the second color, and then I went in with another cluster of 8 is what it's looking like. I'm not completely sure. Honestly, I don't have a specific rhyme or reason to how I build. I just go step by step. I'm just gonna put the mock-up here on screen. So as you can see, it wasn't a really extravagant looking setup. It was pretty basic, just 2 garlands on the left, well, one on the left and one on the right. And then I had some marquee numbers as well that the client had ordered. I still rent those from a local vendor. I do not own them. So yeah, I'm just continuing to build here. Again, nothing too crazy. I'm just going in cluster by cluster. And honestly, I didn't have a lot of setup time as well. I was kind of in a rush. I think I probably had like an hour and a half. I don't know how I ended up with an hour setup when I swore not to take those. Well, I think I do remember how it happened. Yeah, I do remember how it happened, because the client gave me the start time, and for some reason I hadn't asked what time we would have access to the building, and she basically in the beginning she said the party started at 5 and we were getting access to the location at 5, and I was like, I'm sorry, no can do. You're gonna have to work something out. Either the party's gonna have to start later, or you're gonna have to make sure that I can get into the building earlier. So yeah, I think I arrived at like probably like 4:30 ish, and then the party was gonna start at, I think, 5:30. I'm not sure, but I remember that I was in a bit of a time crunch for sure. So yeah, as you can see here, I'm putting down the marquee numbers so that I can start building behind them. I didn't do anything super big behind it. I just wanted it to look a little bit filled in. And I'm sorry for all of the mess in the screen. I have to get back into the groove of filming myself, doing setups and making sure that everything is in frame. It's just so hard to focus on getting everything right on camera when you're in a time crunch as well. If you have a little bit of more setup time, you can just make sure to keep checking if everything is in frame. But in this case, it's just a lot of stuff in the way, so you can't really see what I'm doing. So I cut a lot of the building process for the, as you can see, voila, all of a sudden it's done. Because I could have left the footage in, but you wouldn't even see what I was doing at the back. So basically what I did is just, I used, I think, one IKEA lamp in the back to put some balloons on that, and then I attached the rest to the shimmer wall. I probably did not even attach them to the marquee number, probably maybe in one spot, and then I used an elastic band to do that because I don't like to put a lot of stuff on these numbers because again I rent them. So yeah, now I'm just gonna go in with some orbs that I had laying around. This was not requested by the client, but I had them laying around, so I thought it would be a good addition to the setup. Guys, if you are using orbs, please make sure to hand pump them until 99% of the wrinkles are out. That is what an orb is supposed to look like. It's supposed to look perfectly, well, almost perfectly round without all of the wrinkles in it. You might get scared and think it's going to pop. Trust me, just keep hand pumping it until the wrinkles are out of it, okay? And that is about it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and as always, you can find me on all social media platforms at imperialballoons.ac. I'm gonna put some footage in from the finished result as well, and then I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.